Hi guys, it's Mary here and welcome back to another Sims 2 build video. If you are new here, I'm really happy that you found my channel, and if you are not new here, I'm really happy to see you back here again for another build video. Right off the start, I want to apologize for any background noise. It just so happens that our dishwasher is running in the background while I'm recording this, and I'm not sure if I will have more time this week to record voiceovers, so I just had to record it right now, and hopefully the noise made by the dishwasher isn't too noticeable. So a little bit about this build. It's, as you might have guessed from the title, a flower shop, and it's like my last build where I built a house for 3 young adults. This is also one of the buildings in my Build a City Challenge neighborhood. So this is actually going to be owned by one of my playable Sims who has wanted to open this flower shop for quite some time, but we'll actually get to talk a little bit more about him in just a few minutes. First, I wanted to talk a bit more about this build, and one quite big difference from the last build video that I uploaded is that I didn't go by any floor plan when I started this build, and it was such a big difference. If you have seen my last video, you know that I talked about that I usually don't go by floor plans when I build houses or community lots, or building anything really. I instead like to look at pictures of houses, or like houses or buildings, and try to replicate the exterior, and then I kind of just make up the floor plan on the inside as I go along. But for my last build video, I tried the opposite and went by a floor plan right from the beginning, and I just felt like that completely killed all my creativity, all the fun of the building process. So yeah, it was not my best experience playing The Sims 2. But this time, as I said, I did not have any floor plan that I looked at while building. I just kind of had a rough idea in my head of the shape of the shop, and that I wanted it to be green. And I also knew that I wanted it to be quite small, and that was not only because I had a budget that I needed to follow. As you also might have noticed, it says that this is a under 15,000 simoleons flower shop, and it is, because the sim that is going to be owning this shop, and they only had 15,000 simoleons to spare, so I had to really keep to that, and I did. But that was actually quite nice, because I had this idea of a really tiny shop that was just filled to the brim with flowers on the inside, and that was quite easier to make when the shop itself wasn't so big. So I really like how this turned out, and I really feel like I probably won't be trying to build houses with a set floor plan from the start. But who knows, I might try it again in the future, but for now I just find this kind of experience where you just have a rough idea in your head and you try to replicate that. I just find that to be much more fun and, you know, a much more creative process. But I guess that's a good question, like how do you do it when you are building houses in The Sims? Doesn't necessarily need to be The Sims 2, it can be any Sims game, because you know you can build in any Sims game. But do you like to stick to a floor plan, or do you kind of also play it out as you go along? I guess there are quite a few different ways you could be doing it, so I'm really interested to hear how you all go about while building your houses and building your community lots, because I know that there are some really lovely builds out there, people who are much better at building lots than I am, and it would be really interesting to hear how you go about it, if you go by a set floor plan or if it all comes to you in your head. So a little info about the sim who will be owning this community lot and running this flower shop. His name is Joel, and he was a townie from the beginning, but then he married one of my playable Sims named Erica, and they at first they didn't really have, you know, any ambitions for their life. They were just happy to be together, and they didn't really want kids either, but Erica, she knew that she wanted to have some sort of a career, and I think she started at the military career at first, and then she also tried the athletic career, but in the end she ended up in the music career because that was actually also her hobby. And at the moment she works as a concert pianist, so she's advanced quite high up in the music career, and she makes most of the family's money. So for a very long time Joel didn't have to work at all, he didn't really want to either. And with the money that they made, they finally decided that they wanted to start a family. So they had 2 kids actually, first a daughter named Leah and then a son named Moritz. So what they did was they lived in a kind of, not, I don't want to say tiny, but it was quite a small apartment, and they lived there, the 4 of them. But then as Erica got more and more promotions in her career, Joel actually decided that he wanted to start working as well, and he got a job in the slacker career. And I think that was about the same time that he discovered that he really was into flower arranging. He rolled the want to, you know, buy the flower bench that comes with Open for Business, and shortly after that rolled the want to, you know, get all of the medals. I think they're called, that's what they're called in Swedish at least, talent badges, that's what they're called in English. He rolled the want to get, you know, the talent badges for the flower arranging, and that's when I thought, well, why not open up a business for him? So that was my plan, but then they were actually saving up to move out of the apartment first. So when they got enough money to do that, I actually moved them into a house that I built for them myself, and kind of spent all of their money on that. So they needed to start saving up again for Joel to be able to buy this flower shop. So that was actually my plan. Like when they have 15,000 simoleons, I thought that was kind of the least amount of money with which I could still build a fairly nice shop, but they wouldn't have to save up for too long with Erica's high salary as a concert pianist. So by the time that they had saved the 15,000 simoleons, I just wanted to build this lot as soon as possible, because I don't think that it will have any more children, and Moritz, their youngest child, he just aged up into a toddler, I think, or maybe he even aged up to a child. I don't really remember. It's always a challenge to remember when you have quite a lot of Sims in your neighborhood. You start mixing them up, but I guess I'll have to go back and check my notes for that one. But at the very least, he's not, you know, a baby anymore. So then they were able to hire a nanny, and Joel can finally be able to work in this flower shop for some days of the week. And Erica, she is still working, but she has saved up quite a few vacation days over her career, so she might be able to take some time off as well and spend time with the kids, because she's the one who's actually been struggling to spend some time with them, while Joel has been home, you know, with most of the days. The slacker career, you don't really work that many days of the week, and not the longest hours either. So he's always had it kind of easy, you know, being able to spend time with the kids. And Erica, she's had to work those really late nights as a concert pianist, but now the roles will be switched up a bit, I guess. So that will make it fun to play them as well. And I also really like with these type of shops that when you run them and your other playable Sims come and purchase items, that they show up in their catalog when you then play them on their home lot as well. So I'm assuming that all of my Sims homes will be, you know, filled to the brim with flowers once I've played this lot a few rotations, and I'm really looking forward to that. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I have to say about this build. I hope that you've enjoyed the video so far and that you'll like the rest of it as well. It's mostly me decorating, but that was kind of the most fun part, I guess, so I really hope you'll enjoy watching that. And if you like these types of videos and want to see more of them, then I highly recommend that you subscribe to my channel, and you can also like and comment the video to show your support. That would make me very happy. And also, like I mentioned earlier in the video, please answer the question about how you go about building your lots. I'm very curious to see how many people actually use floor plans to build, and what types of results you're getting if you do it that way, or if you're the other way around, a little bit more like me, and just make it up as you go along. It would be really interesting to see if there's kind of like a difference in the approaches and the types of lots that you're getting, and if you're satisfied with your results or not. So yeah, leave an answer in a comment, and I hope to see you all again for my next video, and I hope that you all have a really lovely day going forward. Bye!